Hi Gemini, welcome to your daily love reading. My name is Pretty and I'll be doing your love reading today. So before we begin with your love reading, Gemini, please do remember to take what resonates and to leave behind whatever does not. Okay, so let's begin with your love reading, Gemini. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Swords in the reverse, and this is air energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So this is an energy of someone who is wanting to move with transparency. This is someone who's being open and honest. They're coming towards you with this truthful energy, trustworthy energy, because it's in the reverse. So you could be getting a confession from someone, or you could just be finding out something about someone. Let's see. We have the Moon, Pisces energy, the Knight of Swords, air energy, and the Five of Cups, water energy. Yeah, it looks like this person kept something from you. They could have kept something like a secret, or they just omitted something. But with the Moon, there's a feeling of things were hidden, and it could have actually been a problem because we have the Five of Cups there. So it's almost like either this pushed you away because you sense that something was off, like this person is hiding something, this person is not being fully transparent with me. So you may have, kind of distanced yourself, because with the Five of Cups, that's an energy of feeling like you had to let them go, or they may have pushed you away because they were keeping something and they didn't want you to find out. There's just this feeling of this is someone who it looks like you lost the relationship with them somehow, and it was painful. Because especially when there's secrets, it feels like there's this unsaid thing, this unfinished business. There was something that was left unsaid. The truth was never revealed. And a significant amount of time may have even passed, because we do have the Five of Cups, which shows that it's like something that you kind of grieved, or you have been grieving, or something you had to heal from, or you're still healing from. And with the Knight of Swords, this person, there's a feeling of, at first they thought that it wasn't really over, almost like they were in denial. But now time has passed and they are starting to realize that you may be gone for real, like for good. Because the Knight of Swords, it's an energy of someone who, they it's like they're waking up to the fact that they could have lost someone special. Like they're realizing that you could get away, or that you're gone, you're done, and they feel like they've been kind of backed into a corner. They have to confess, they have to tell you the truth. Like there's a feeling of they don't want to lose you, and if telling you the truth is what they have to do to keep you, they're gonna do that, because it really feels like this person wanted to hide something from you. And with the Knight of Swords, that's like the floodgates have been opened. That's communication coming in quickly. They've decided. And then the Seven of Swords in the reverse, it's the truth, So let's clarify these cards. Like this person really just wants to explain themselves to you. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands, fire energy, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo energy. So there is again an energy of defending themselves. So they want to defend themselves. They want to fight for this connection. They don't want to lose this connection. There is a feeling of putting up a fight. So let's see. We have the Queen of Wands, fire energy, the Seven of Cups, water energy, and the Empress, Venus energy. For some of you, this person, the thing that they kept from you was the fact that they were seeing someone else. Like they could have been juggling, because we have two queens here. Well, we have an Empress and we have a queen. And then we have the Seven of Cups here, which is a card of options. So this person, they were entertaining other options, or they were keeping their options open, and they were creating illusions, So it does look like there's something around that, even if they weren't seeing someone else, there was a feeling of like they weren't fully committed. There was this thing of options, and this could have been something you found out, or something you could sense, and it could have really hurt you. And this person, they realize that their actions pushed you away. Like, this is someone who is regretting. They could even be viewing you as the one that got away. You know, there's a feeling of not wanting to lose you. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out an oracle card for you. Okay, we have you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer, and we have a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. They're going to try to have a new beginning with you. They are going to try to save this connection, because this person, they do love you. They care about you. And the fact that we have a queen and an empress, it shows that these people are not on the same level, like in their eyes. So even if they had these other options weren't, like, it's almost like they view you as the one. Like, the empress is like an embodiment of all the queens put together. She's like she's like the one. But these other queens, like, there's this feeling of having these other options, you know, to pass time or whatever it is, but they don't equate you on the same level. Like, they care more for you. They would fight for you. They would not fight for these other options. There's that feeling of they're willing to fight for you or even drop their options for you. But still, practice discernment with this kind of a person, because, yeah, there's something off about the energy. You know, someone who can entertain multiple people like that. Let's see. And regardless of the genders, it doesn't have to be females just because I said queen. Okay, we have let go of control issues, allow the situations to unfold naturally, and calling in your soulmates. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So they do see you as their soulmate. Like, this person knows that there's something special about the connection they have with you, but they put that in jeopardy for these other options because of their own insecurities, because the moon can be insecurities and fears. Okay, we have butterfly. You will meet a new love interest at a party or a night out. Okay, so yeah, definitely there is an energy here of you will have your pick. Like, there's a feeling of the tables will turn. You know, when this person is trying to get you back, you'll have your options. Okay, and it'll be up to you. But we do have a message here of trust. Guard your heart. Not everyone deserves your trust. So again, practice discernment, because this person may try very hard to make sure that you stay, but are they showing real change, or are they just afraid to lose you? Okay, so I'm gonna pull out the card for your advice. Okay, we have surrender your fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. Whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. Okay, so yeah, it does look like change is about to happen here. And we also have surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. Okay. And then I'm going to pull out a message from the person on your mind. How do they feel and what do they want you to know? So let's start with Aries. If you're dealing with an Aries, how do they feel and what do they want you to know? Okay, there is an Aries that is has been acting single, so they've been keeping their options open. They're not ready for a relationship. You know, there's a feeling of this person is not one to be tied down. They're free spirits, but you feel like home to them. You know, you're the one who brings them peace. You make them happy. So they want to hold on to you, but they have commitment issues. If you're dealing with a Taurus, how do they feel? Okay, there's a Taurus that may have ghosted, or you may have ghosted them. And they do feel the disconnect. They're starting to really feel your energy. They could even be having dreams about you. If you're dealing with a Gemini, how do they feel? Okay, Gemini misses you. They want you to unblock them. They feel like you've blocked them, or you have cut ties, you've cut them off somehow, and they want to talk to you. And they don't care if you're talking to someone else. They will compete for you. They want you that badly. If you're dealing with a Cancer, how do they feel? Okay, there's a Cancer that thinks you're very special. They really want to be with you. They've never felt a connection like this before, and they feel a little bit addicted to you. They also want to see your wild side, like they want to see you have fun. They want to let loose with you. If you're dealing with a Leo, how do they feel? Okay, Leo is sorry. They want to apologize to you. They want you to know that they see forever with you. They want to have a family with you, and they feel like you didn't deserve any of what they put you through, and they do want to apologize. They feel genuine remorse. If you're dealing with a Virgo, how do they feel? Okay, be careful with the Virgo. They're gonna say whatever to try to make themselves look like a victim and you look like a villain. They don't want to look like the bad guy, so they could try to gaslight you so that they don't have to take accountability. But deep down, this Virgo knows that you were right. They were just not strong enough to admit it, and also that no one can replace you. Like, they do see that you're valuable in their eyes. If you're dealing with a Libra, how do they feel? Okay, there is a Libra that wants you. They're willing to fight for you. They do feel like you've disconnected, but they want to change that. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, okay, Scorpio is not available. They could play games because they're still kind of attached to someone from their past. There's an ex that they still haven't let go of, and they're not fully healed from that connection. But they are working on it, because we also have I'm leaving. So they're ready to leave a situation or an old mindset. But it's like you would have to be very patient with the Scorpio, because there's also a feeling of they've been in denial. So if you were in a connection with Scorpio but felt like you didn't fully have them, it's because they were trying to force themselves to get over someone else. And, you know, that attachment was still there. They need to cut ties. If you're dealing with Sagittarius, how do they feel? Okay, Sagittarius is focused on their money. So they're trying to build themselves up. They're focused on their finances, their career. Their main priority right now is their financial stability. They could want a relationship that is in alignment with their goals, like their long-term goals. They could feel like you guys could be aligned in that way, but they're looking at things from a very practical perspective. But they do feel like you are someone significant, like this connection is strong, especially on an emotional level. But there's also that feeling of them prioritizing the more practical side of things. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, how do they feel? Okay, Capricorn feels like you're stuck on the past. They feel like you need to give them another chance. They still see a future. They feel like the past is holding you guys back. And they don't want you to be with anyone else. They're going to try to stop you from moving on. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, Okay, they feel like you have mother wounds. Like they feel like you're not connected to your feminine energy. They feel like you're very mysterious and disconnected. And yeah, they feel like they can't figure you out if you're dealing with a Pisces. Okay, Pisces is gonna try to hide their feelings. They're coming across as if they don't care. And that's on purpose. That's an act. They're putting on a show because they want you to think that they don't care because they care too much. Like this Pisces cries themselves to sleep. They have dreams about you, but they want you to think that they are unbothered. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out a card to answer any yes or no questions on your mind. So just think of a yes or a no question and I'll pull out a card to answer it. Okay, so we have move on and deal with it later. This looks like a no. And then I'm going to pull out a card for timing. Okay, we have it's the wrong time. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Gemini. I hope you have a really, really good day, Gemini. Bye, Gemini.